You are holding something in your hand right now that most people never think twice about. A coin, a $quarter, 25 cents, something that disappears instantly in everyday life. Something people spend without hesitation. Something people barely even look at. But behind this small object is a much deeper story. A story about economics, government decisions, material science, production systems, mistakes, and collector markets. And this story explains why some quarters from 1965, 1966, 1967, and 1968 are sometimes worth far more than face value. Not because they are old, not because they are shiny, but because of what they represent and what went wrong during their production. To understand this properly, we need to start from the beginning. Before 1965, United States quarters were made from real silver, specifically 90% silver, 10% copper. This was not rare at the time. This was normal circulation money. People used silver coins every day in shops, transportation, vending machines, and banks. Nobody treated them as collectibles. They were just money. But something important started changing in the early 1960s. Silver prices on the global market began increasing, slowly at first, then faster. And people began to realize something very important. The metal inside the coin was worth more than the face value of the coin itself. That created a behavioral shift. People stopped spending coins. They started saving them. And in some cases, they started melting them for silver value. This created a serious problem for the US economy because coins were disappearing from circulation. Banks needed them. Businesses needed them. But they were not coming back. So the government had to intervene. In 1965, the United States Mint made a historic decision. They removed silver from quarters completely. This was not a small adjustment. It was a full system redesign. From that moment forward, quarters were no longer silver. Instead, they were made using a new structure. Copper core inside, nickel coating outside. This structure is called clad coinage. It is cheaper to produce, more stable, and cannot be melted for profit. But this change created something very important. Transitions in real production systems are never perfect. When a mint system changes quickly, three things happen. Old materials remain in the system. Machines are not fully adjusted. Production errors increase, and this combination creates rare coins. Not intentionally, but accidentally. This is the foundation of modern coin collecting. Because collectors do not just value age, they value anomalies. 1965 was the first full year of clad quarters. But the transition was not clean. Some leftover silver planchettes from 1964 remained in storage, and in rare cases, they were accidentally struck into 1965 coins. This created 1965 silver quarter errors. These coins are extremely rare, because they were never meant to exist. Identification system used by collectors. Professionals use multiple verification methods. Edge analysis, normal 1965 quarter. Copper stripe visible. Layered metal structure, silver error. No copper stripe, fully silver edge. This is the fastest identification method. Weight, comparison. Standard clad quarter, 5.67 grams. Silver quarter, 6.25 grams. This difference is caused by metal density. Even small differences are significant. Sound analysis. Silver produces long ringing sound. Higher resonance. Clad produces short, dull sound. Experienced collectors often use this method intuitively. Now we move into real market behavior. Certified 1965 silver era quarters have been sold in auction environments at approximately $1,000 to $5,000 depending on condition and certification. But this range exists because multiple factors affect pricing. Grading, PCG SNGC certification. Surface preservation. Strike quality. Eye appeal. Collector demand at auction time. In numismatics, value is not fixed. It is competitive. Why collectors pay high prices? Collectors are not buying metal. They are buying rarity, historical mistakes, condition, uniqueness, registry, competition. A coin becomes valuable when it is unusual, limited, well preserved, verified. This is why identical coins can have completely different values. 1966 quarters and high-grade rarity. 1966 quarters are often misunderstood. Most are normal circulation coins. But this year is important because production volume was extremely high. Quality control was inconsistent. Strike pressure varied across batches. This creates variation in surviving coins. And variation creates grading differences. Real auction logic 1966. Market data shows circulated coins gives face value. Uncirculated coins gives $10 $50 range. High MS grade coins gives hundreds to thousands. MS 68 plus registry coins gives significantly higher competitive auction prices. In rare cases, top quality examples have reached 5-figure auction results due to registry competition. Not because of silver, but because of preservation quality. 1967 Special Mint Set Era. 1967 is different. No mint marks were used. This was part of a temporary mint policy. But more importantly, special mint sets were produced. These coins were not meant for circulation. They were made with higher production standards. Characteristics include sharper strike, smoother surface, semi-proof appearance, improved die quality. These coins are more desirable than normal circulation strikes. 1967. Market value structure. Depending on condition and rarity, normal coins gives face value. Minor errors gives tens to hundreds. Stronger errors gives hundreds to $1,000 plus. High-quality SMS coins gives premium collector demand. Again, value depends on rarity plus condition. 1968. Return of mint mark system. In 1968, mint marks returned. You will see D equals Denver, S equals San Francisco. This is important because mint origin affects collector interest. San Francisco coins are often associated with proof, quality production, higher surface detail, better finishing process. Collectors track mint origin carefully. Real-world discovery stories. Let's make this real. A man receives change at a store. He does not think about it. Later, he notices one coin feels slightly different. He inspects it. Edge looks unusual. No copper stripe. He weighs it. Something is off. That moment changes everything. Not luck. Attention. Another scenario. A woman finds an old container of coins. Most are normal, but one coin stands out. Different edge, different weight. That coin becomes valuable because someone paid attention. Why most people miss value? Because they assume all coins are identical. Checking is unnecessary. Nothing valuable circulates. This assumption is the reason valuable coins are missed every day. Coins from 1965 to 1968 can be valuable when silver mint errors exist, 1965 transition mistakes. Coins are high-grade condition, 1966 to 1968. Minting errors are present. Special mint sets are involved. Unusual production variations appear. But the most important factor is knowledge. Without knowledge, everything looks the same. With knowledge, details become visible. Coins are not just currency. They are physical records of economic transitions, industrial production systems, and historical decisions. And sometimes, small mistakes during manufacturing create unexpected value. So the next time you see a quarter, don't ignore it. Because what looks like 25 cents might actually be something much more important.